Okay, test. Bring it in, bring it home. Okay, almost good. Charging, that's good. Alright. And this cannot push. Alright guys, we are going live here with an emergency live coverage. We are posting, actually just getting one more post out while I'm sitting here, literally trying to multitask as we have a flash flood emergency in Texas right now. We have a very dire situation in which multiple counties are seeing rapid rise of water. So I thought I'd hop on to get the word out that we have an ongoing flash flood emergency in Texas. Of course, we are reminded of many events that have happened in the most recent past, this past July. This is the highest level of flash flood emergency. This is for Concho, McCulloch, and Menard counties in Texas. And we're trying to get the word out for everyone. We have a flash flood emergency for the next 1 hour and 37 minutes with a flash flood damage threat as catastrophic, the highest level of flash flooding threat that you can have. This is what we were worried about earlier. If you were watching other posts from yesterday, we had a kind of early look at this, and now unfortunately our band really has been overperforming even our highest estimates. Our highest estimates were looking around 7 to 8 inches. About 10 inches of rain has fallen in Menard County and the surrounding counties in Texas. That's why we have a flash flood emergency. The main reason I want to get this out to everyone is I want to have as much word out there as quickly as possible. If we go to our rain gauges and go to our river gauges, this is what's making me the most concerned. This is updating by like every minute. So we'll go over to the San Saba River at Menard County, Texas. This is one river I'm very concerned about for rapid rise. As I was posting, just for reference, this is underneath a flash flood emergency, this river. Look how much it is increasing in just a few minutes here. So we go back just an hour ago. It was about 7 feet per, 7 feet. Right now it's at 12 feet, projected to be at 19 feet, working its way into minor, possibly moderate flood stage as well. We got a photo already in Discord. Oh wow. Okay, let me take a look. And okay, we actually already have someone in the region, and we'll share that. Thank you for the sharing. Wow, that's incredible footage there. Okay, stay safe. Again, the water is only projected to continue rising. Thank you for the report out of the Discord there. Actually, we'll have to get that. Let me get that posted as well. I just want to make sure everyone there is warned, because this is unfortunately just the start of the rise of the water, especially in many of these counties. Let's go to the San Saba River, a little bit downstream here. This is an also very concerning region. Look at that spike projected. So right now we're sitting about 3 feet. About 0.07 cubic, I believe that's cubic kilometers per second. If you look at, let me switch back to here. Okay, there we go. If you look back to our projection, we're like at 30 feet of height. So right now we're sitting at 3 feet, a 10 times, it's a tenfold of rise. The good news is we still have a little bit of time before this is expected to get downstream, but it is rapidly doing so. That is why we're live right now with this emergency information. If you are anywhere near the San Saba River and you live in these flash flood warnings, especially the flash flood emergency, the river is about to rapidly rise. You still have time. You do not have much time. Please act right now. This is why we're live, answering questions both on YouTube and TikTok right now. You guys might be wondering what's going on. Right now there is an ongoing flash flood emergency in Texas, specifically around Menard County. We have the actual flash flood emergency within this red polygon here on the right side of your screen. That is a projected graph of the San Saba River that will be rising 10 times its current level. An incredible amounts. Also, we have ground truth reported from one of our followers over here with their farm already flooding. The good news is they are in safety. I really am, say, safe out there, Sonny. We're on top of a large hill, mountains. Can't believe the amount of rain we've got in a few hours. It couldn't run fast enough. So that's really, really what we're going to be seeing here is an incredible amount of rain that is just going to keep falling. So this is why we're emergency live right now. We're going to continue to refresh the page. And if you just were joining us, we were at 12.6 feet, I believe, just a second ago, or it was like 12.0. We're at 12.1 feet now. This updates every 5-ish minutes, I believe. So we'll continue to get more updates here, but really want to get this update here. San Saba River and the surrounding communities, especially Menard County, an ongoing flash flood emergency, the highest level of flash flooding that is possible. That means you need to act immediately. There is no time for delay. We are expecting the San Saba River, specifically at this location here, right in the Edwards Plateau, to rise an additional 7 more feet downstream. I'm very concerned about the downstream because if there's anyone hiking, anyone camping, anyone near this river, it is about to explode. Okay, so we're about to go right now. For reference, we're sitting about 3 feet of level. It is currently projected to crest at 30 feet. And we're going to reach very high amounts of level very rapidly. Look at that incredible spike there as well. Do they report to you when they, okay. Don't know exactly what the question's referencing. But let me answer some questions as you guys come in here. We'll look at the live radar too. So here's the live radar. Really had a training thunderstorm that just dumped an incredible amount of rain, about 3 to 4 inches of rain per hour for multiple hours sustained. Current radar estimates are around 10 inches of rain. So really, really worrying time for everyone in Texas. I mean, we, of course, are afraid of something that catches people very much off guard. We did have a moderate risk out for flash flooding in this region. The storm has overperformed even our highest kind of predictions. So right now we were predicting for earlier the storm, at least the National Weather Service predicting around 7 inches of rain in the region as the peak. We've had pretty much widespread 7 inches, isolated areas of additional possibly 10 inches or more. And that's why we're seeing the San Saba River and multiple counties now underneath a flash flood emergency. This is for Concho, McCulloch, and Menard County. Specifically, Menard is really the one that is center stage here. I'll kind of highlight it for you guys on the screen here. Here is the main flash flood emergency. And now all this water that has fallen has to go somewhere. Can't really seep into the ground. It is going to go immediately into the regions where we could see a 10 times fold of the water here as well. I mean, it's just an incredible amount of water, incredible amount of water rise in the San Saba River. So we will have to keep an eye on that as we continue. I am going to post a few things here while let me know if you guys have any questions. Follow for more updates, and please share with any locals you know in the region here, as we were worried about this and now it is fully materializing. Again, the San Saba River right now, especially in close proximity to Menard County, is forecasted to rise by 10 times its current amount. Its current amount is sitting at 3 feet level-wise. The projected amount that is going to rapidly rise here very soon is 30.2 feet. An incredible amount of water rising and making its way, tearing through multiple river valleys. That is why we are very worried about the situation ongoing here, with multiple flash flood warnings and also a flash flood emergency out for Menard County. So a good note to take here is what river, a great question. What's the name of the river? It's San Saba. It is on the screen there, right side of your screen. That is the projected increase over the next just few hours and maybe a few minutes. You go up the river a bit here. It's the same river that comes west to east here. You can look at this. I mean, right now you'd only start to see a tiny bit in rise. Okay, so earlier we're at 22.3 feet. You just see we just went up just a tiny bit, 2.37. However, down or upstream of this, all that water, about 10 inches of water, has just fallen and is rapidly getting into the stream bed here. So we're a little bit downstream. If we go a little bit more upstream here, this is pretty much as upstream as we get on the San Saba River. This is where you can see the big problem that is coming. You have before the storm, a 3 feet per second, or 3 feet level. We're currently sitting at 12.77 feet. We were at 12 feet just 8 minutes ago. That's almost a 1 foot rise in just about 8 to 10 minutes. So an incredibly worrying time with this storm, dropping about 10 inches of rain. Now we're rising about 1 foot per about 10 minutes. and that is all streaming down. That is why we are so concerned. Everyone in the river valley, especially in the surrounding counties near Menard counties in Texas, should be immediately evacuating and getting to higher ground. It is unsafe to be anywhere near this river that is about to basically go from very dry, basically bone dry, to an absolute raging river that's probably going to crest near major flood stage here. Incredibly worried about this rapidly progressing situation ongoing right now. So mainly concerned about the San Saba River, but however, there are some rivers out in the Dallas-Fort Worth region that you can see are projected to be in a major flood stage as well. This is probably going to be unrelated to the actual storm here. Looks like we're going to reach minor flood stage, getting about 4 feet from moderate flood stage. That is with the Trinity River at Dallas, by the way, which river we're looking at. You can see that has really took a pretty steep rise, and even compared to the forecast, it might need to be adjusted. If you guys are just joining us, we are currently mostly worried about the San Saba River that is right now having an extreme flash flooding event. The area, let's see if we can get a town kind of near here. So the area of Menard, basically Menard is seeing the first effects of this disaster really start to play out here. If we go back upstream, this is where it's all falling, that 10 inches of rain. 10 inches of rain is all falling here. You can see on the right side of your screen, that is our, the purple is the forecasted, on the left side is the actual. And you see those blue, that little blue? Look how fast it is rapidly rising. That is the river value, how high the river is. It is rapidly rising. Extremely concerned about this region with this incredible amount of rainfall. Let's head back to our kind of live radar. The good news is, at least for now, the rain has subsided from the very heaviest. The bad news is it looks like there's some cells that are firing off behind here. Any more rain will just amplify the issue even more. The ground has been maxed out. It is basically acting like concrete now. There's been so much rain. It is basically acting like concrete. And what concrete does, it causes runoff. So any more rain will just amplify this issue even more. And that is why we are so concerned about all these counties and flash flood warnings, but also specifically flash flood emergency ongoing for Menard County and surrounding counties. Right here in this blue polygon, this is where the utmost concern is. I think we're going to start seeing some more issues downstream here very, very soon as well, as we've a projected 10 times rise coming in very soon. Very soon. We'll kind of flip back between each one of these, but the San Saba River at San Saba, Texas, I think is our highest concern right now. So the San Saba River at Menard is going to be reaching about minor flood stage, which is, it's currently in action phase, so it's rapidly surging. Downstream, San Saba River at San Saba is honestly my most concern right now for anyone who's nearby, but all these regions should be getting away from the water as a torrent of water is coming down. We'll keep an eye on the river value at Menard. If you guys just joined us at the start of the stream about 10 minutes ago, we were sitting at 12.1 feet. Now we are at 12.77 feet, waiting a new refresh for that. Will this rain reach San Antonio? I feel like, yeah, like eventually this, like, the main problem child of this entire system is there's a really, really strong band of rain that is just converging. So what you have is a big zone of convergence, some moisture convergence, and I think you might get some rainfall as this entire system is supposed to drag eastward eventually. So eventually you're supposed to get, I wouldn't say as significant as rainfall as what has just been happening in Menard County. But yes, you are expecting at least some rain in San Antonio. You are outside the flash flood watch, so I wouldn't be too concerned about flash flooding. But I am very, very concerned about these regions currently experiencing a major flash flooding event that will be happening here very soon. Okay, I'm just getting an alert out. San Saba. I have to get this alert out because the San Saba River at San Saba is about to multiply by 10 times in height. That is very, very concerning. I'm just going to keep this up here because the flash flood warning is ongoing. Yes, the flood warning is ongoing, but it is, look how calm it is right now. Sitting at 3 feet. 3 feet level. It's about to be 30 feet in height in the next just few hours. So very, very concerning event. It makes me very concerned for the communities around these rivers and also campsites and natural kind of regions here as well. Looks like we just got a new refresh on that. Still holding at 30.2 feet. Santi asking, are you all right? Yes. And yes, I'm all right doing my job, but we're getting the alert out there. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I know this is a very hyper-local event, but of course, I hate to say this, but it really reminds me of a flash flood event that happened on 4th of July. 4th of July did have a lot more rain. I think it was a lot more severe than this, but it does have a very similar type of danger. A very, very fast, rapidly rising. We did luckily had the flash flood warning out there, or flash flood watches, and now flash flood warnings out there. However, it makes me nervous to see this graph on the bottom right side of your screen there. Very nervous to go from 3 feet. Just think, 3 feet is literally just like up to my right here, 3 feet. You're talking about 30 feet. Now think of a 3-story building of water coming towards these people in this community. Okay. I'm just getting more posts out. Valid November 20th. Okay, cool. There we go. Getting that out. 3-story of water. Yeah, 30 feet of water. It is coming. It is rapidly coming down the river valley right now, and I am very, very nervous for this event. In that terrain, would there be a mudslide hazard or any other associated damage? Yes, especially around the anywhere that has a burn scar could be very susceptible, but anywhere that has elevation, very fast and lots of huge amount of water. I mean, I honestly mostly worried about the flash flooding because this region is very susceptible to flash flooding. They go long periods of time without a lot of rain, and then you get an event like this where you have an extreme amount of rain in just a tiny amount of time. And it makes me very, very nervous, especially for the communities around here, because it is a matter of you got to act quickly. There is no time to delay with these flash flood warnings. We're still sitting at 12.77 feet. Don't think we've got a new update just yet. Yeah, hopefully we get a new update there pretty soon here. But continuing to monitor the situation as we are witnessing a very, very strong flash flooding event. A current flash flood emergency. If you guys are just joining us, current flash flood emergency has been issued for Menard County, Texas. This is a radar and gauge indicated flash flood emergency. That is the highest level of flash flooding. That means you need to act immediately. This is having me very concerned for the river and local communities here in Texas, in Menard County, and the San Saba River Basin. Okay. Okay, I'm just getting a few more videos out on my platforms. I do apologize for the quick pause. I also have a pie in the oven that I need to go get out. So give me... I'm going to quickly post... I want to get these alerts out because these are life-saving alerts. So I do apologize for a little bit sporadic. I did want to hop on live stream for YouTube. Yes, I do have a pie in the oven. It's Friendsgiving. I was not expecting to be live, of course, until I saw the flash flood emergency, but then I hopped on the gauges. I mean, this is my biggest concern right here. We'll leave this little refresh. The San Saba River currently sitting at 3 feet. And this is San Saba River at San Saba, not to be confused. 3 feet is going to be forecasted to be at least 30 feet. 30 feet. That's why we're live right now. I do want to say this is a very local event. I apologize if you guys got an alert, but this is such a high impact event that I wanted to be live for anyone with questions and a clarification. We do have ground visual confirmation that someone's farm on our community Discord is rapidly flooding. They live on a mountainside, by the way. This is on a mountain. That's how bad the water is coming down. And just remember, that mountain water is going to rush down, and I'll be right back. Give me 1 minute, guys. If anyone comes to the chat, please inform them of the emergency that's ongoing. Of course, it's on the text, and we still have an ongoing flash flood emergency. 1 minute, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Okay. Let me see if we can answer any more questions. If you guys are just joining us, we are currently underneath a flash flood emergency for Menard County. Thank you, Juicy, for the donation. I am currently live to answer your guys' questions and get the word out that you need to seek higher ground right now. The biggest point I have for you guys is a current river, the San Saba River, which is right now sitting at 3 feet. 3 feet. It's like a crawling, right? It's very dry, actually. It's very dry. Projected just in a few hours is 30 feet of water will be coming through this region here. This is why I am so worried about this and trying to get the word out. So if you guys wouldn't mind giving the stream a like and a share if you know any locals in that region there. We're talking about Menard County. We're talking about regions across the San Saba River Basin and many regions underneath a flash flood emergency. I am very worried for this region. Please share this and get the word out there as well. It's about to storm at Finley in Waco, Texas. Yeah, this entire associated band here, you can see this entire band is thankfully moving east. We've had this band sit over the same area for a long amount of time, a very bad amount of time. So this is where all of our catastrophic flooding is right now, where the green polygons are flash flood warnings and also flash flood emergency in this polygon right here, this big one, including Menard County here. That has dropped about 10 inches of rain in just a few hours, an extraordinary amount of rain. And I'm very, very concerned with the ongoing flash flood emergency there, as well as how fast this river will be rapidly rising. It is just a very concerning event that's happening. Trying to get the alerts out. We have this emergency live stream on right now, but also doing emergency alerts by posting as well. So bear with me. This is a little bit of a whiplash stream, but this is how it's the one-man show is going to go as well. Do you expect Waco to flood badly? I'm going to heading out to town. Just want to be safe. I don't. So if we go to our alerts kind of region here, you guys are underneath a flash flood watch until tomorrow morning. So stay weather aware. It is possible, especially if you see this entire column. We have a lot of what's called converging air. So we have very moist air that is being pulled up from the Gulf, and then also merging with a kind of boundary that is just basically funneling all this. So it is shifting east to you guys. So stay weather aware, especially in flood-prone regions. Waco could be seeing flooding here within the next few hours as well. I wouldn't say on the order of magnitudes as high as we've seen in Menard County with that 10 inches of rain, but localized flooding is very possible. Stay alert on that kind of front there as well. Just do an integrity check across our posts here. Okay, that's good. A few posts as well. But yeah, I'm very concerned about a huge rise in rainfall in like river basin here. I actually might make an emergency post as well. This is ground truth here in Texas as well. This is Brady, Texas. An extreme amount of water. Good news is by Sunday there, all animals are accounted for and are safe. So an extreme amount of event playing out here. And really hoping everyone is heeding the warnings in Texas as a basically huge wall of water. Let's take a look at our gauges ongoing here in the San Saba River Basin. So if you do remember, we started the stream at 12. I don't think we've had a new update yet. I really hope the gauge has not gone offline. Really hoping for a new update from our gauge here soon. As you can see, it's been a few minutes since we've had a gauge report, which is a little suspicious. It makes me a little worried, but we'll keep an eye on the other gauges. Our kind of more downstream gauge, which also hasn't been updated in a while, and this is confusing, is starting to show signs of at least some sort of rise in gauge level. I'm actually interested why these gauges aren't being updated. This one is the one I am most worried about, guys. San Saba River at San Saba. It's currently flowing at 3 feet in height. The projected height for San Saba within the next few hours is 30.2 feet, just a few feet away from major floods, or just actually 0.8 feet away from major flood stage. That is making me the most concerned for right now. We also have flash flood warnings in Menard County, so we could have landslides, debris flows, and the San Saba River. All this rain has just followed on basically the Menard County surrounding counties. It is going to flow right into the San Saba River Basin, and that's why we see these little, just so you guys can get some bearings here. The circles are what's currently observed. The squares are what's forecasted. Of course, kind of goes in the most intuitive way. Green is good. Yellow is okay, we're warning. That's action phase. Orange is minor flood stage. Red is moderate flood stage. And purple is major flood stage. Major flood stage. And we're just 0.8 feet away from major flood stage forecasted for the San Saba River. Looking at all this rain that's fallen, I would not be surprised to see a revision in these forecasts for a possibly even higher amount. And that is why we are so concerned about everything. If you guys wouldn't mind giving the stream a like and a share, if you know any locals there in Texas, this is an extreme event. This is something you need to take very seriously. A flash flood warning is the highest level of flash flooding you can experience. Without action, if you are in the San Saba River Basin and it goes to 30 feet, it is going to be extremely dangerous and deadly. That's why we are currently live right now answering you guys' questions. I know it's a little bit of a localized event. We're trying to get through questions and information as quickly as possible, also posting updates as I am extremely concerned for this region. Let me see if I can, I'm going to try to get one more post out about the San Saba River kind of forecast, because that is what is mainly concerning me right now. That's why we're going to be sticking on this as well. So you can see the full extent of our flash flooding alerts. Flash flood watches out through kind of the central heartland of Texas, stretching all the way from Dallas-Fort Worth through Waco and Killeen, stretching almost to San Angelo. Yes, I was about to say, I didn't see the O there for a second. It made me confused. Then our ongoing flash flood alerts that are like ongoing alerts are our flash flood warnings and flash flood emergencies designated in the red. Flash flood, I believe just flash flood warnings or just flood warnings are out in that kind of brighter green there. So this system is moving eastward. You can see our full system here. The great news is the system is moving east. So that is at least some good news with this overall. Because of course, if it still rained here, we would see more and more impacts. However, most of the damage is unfortunately done as we've had an extreme amount of rain. Let's pull up our radar estimated rainfall here as well. We're talking about an extraordinary amount of rain. You do not see this very often. Let's pull up our storm total accumulation. So it's kind of radar based, decides adds up what it thinks how much has fallen. Just take a look at these amounts for yourself. I'll read them out to you as well. About 7 to 9 inches of rain through this entire swath. So this goes from I-10 and just heads northeast all the way through Menard. You can see many areas 7 to 8, 9. Let's see if we got any. We might 10 inches of rain near Menard. I mean, these are incredible amounts of rain in a very, very short amount of time. We're talking about on the order of just a few hours for 10 inches of rain. And that is on a small area with just 10 inches of rain. That is a very large area with at least 7 to 10 inches of rain. And that is why I am very concerned about all this rain. It's first going to saturate the ground very, very quickly. Then additionally, it's going to run off right into our river basins in which we are seeing extreme amount of flash flooding. And that is why we currently have, if you guys are just joining us, the San Saba River at San Saba, Texas, is projected to go from 3 feet current flow rate to 30 feet in height. And we also got a report crazy dust storm out west by Odessa with the second storm line. Yeah, I see that on my radar here. We have a dust storm warning out for Midland, Texas, Odessa, kind of in this region. A little bit hard to see polygon wise, but here is a dust storm warning as well. That was a pretty new update by the radar there. So yeah, I mean, I'm very concerned about this. A huge amount of rise in river height in this short amount of time is extraordinary and extremely concerning. I think we're just keeping an eye on all the updates, making sure the posts are being answered. Any questions? Thank you guys for tuning in. And of course, I get really nervous with this kind of region of the country is extremely vulnerable to flash flooding. That's mainly because of the geography and the climate. Climate leads to the fact that this is a very all or nothing kind of region where there's a lot of, especially this kind of season, we've had a lot of time without rain, and sometimes the ground can become a lot harder. And then we get all the rain all at once. It becomes a huge issue. You get river valleys that can be basically completely dry, right? They can be very dry. sitting at 3 feet, right? Here's a San Saba River sitting at 3 feet, and it has been very dry for the past few days. We go from 3 feet to 30 feet in just a few hours, and that rise is very rapid. We're talking at least a foot per about 10 minutes, and then you have major issues where you catch people off guard as well. Got a question, where did this come from? It reminds me of similar happening when a tropical storm comes inland. So this was actually pretty well modeled, I have to say. The flash flood watches were out since yesterday, and I did make a post about the same kind of the deal here. It is all because we're kind of having a front interact, so we're having some kind of wind that's pushing more, I think this is a dry line pushing more eastward. We have just what's called convergence. We have very moist air that is just being brought here. So think of these two air masses. One that has it's basically supercharged with moist, with water inside of it. And then when they collide, well, what happens when they collide? They rise. When you basically kick all this moist air up, and then it stalls, which was happening a lot over this region because it was not moving. They were basically battling out. The battle zone was not moving. You get very high rainfall rates that sit over the same area for a long time, and they just train right over the same area. That is why you kind of add up all these variables, and boom, you got some of the worst flash flooding that you can have with a current flash flood emergency for Menard County in Texas. This still is ongoing for the next hour and 8 minutes as we continue to watch our rain gauges and river gauges very closely. San Saba River is the one I'm most concerned about, and we are projected to see moderate flood stage. And if you guys are just also joining us, so we started the stream at 12 feet. We're now at 13.3 feet. Latest update by the San Saba river gauge at Menard County, or at Menard. Currently sitting in a flash flood emergency and still rapidly rising. You can see, we'll take a little bit of a zoomed in look here. Rapidly rising with a projected total forecasted at 19 feet. Currently not seeing any tornado warnings. There is an isolated tornado risk throughout the region. I would not say it would be the main one. Main risk I'm mostly worried about is the flash flooding ongoing right now. I'm very concerned as we continue to watch this system come through. I think I'm going to try to make a video here, guys. So let me answer some questions. And yeah, so this, for reference, this the San Saba River at Menard was just sitting about 2.96 feet, so about 3 feet of height. Its current projection is 19 feet in height as well. So an extreme amount of river rise in just a short amount of time. Incredibly worrying. Thank you, V, for the donation. Appreciate that. And we're going to put that up there. Just kind of formulating a video real quick. So put that up there for 15. So let me answer some more questions, guys. Let me know what questions you guys have. Of course, the story will pretty much stay the same over the next few hours as we watch the San Saba River, like a San Saba River, start to swell. Unfortunately, it is currently projected, at least here, at Menard, still projected to rise at least 6 more feet in Texas. This is Menard County at Texas. Looking downstream is where the biggest concern is being brought to me. The San Saba River at San Saba is projected to go from 3 feet to 30 feet in height, reaching close to major flood stage. Just see if there's any. Sometimes they have details of what happens for major flood stage. Here is the descriptions. We'll bring out the moderate and in the major flood stage. So major flood stage is extensive inundation of structures and roads, significant evacuations of people, or transfer of property to higher elevations. So that's why it is basically the highest level of flooding you can have for a specific area. Current forecast, which is the highest, basically 1 foot away from major, really deep into moderate. Some inundation and structures, roads near the streams may be flooded. So that's the current forecast. We are only just 0.8 feet away from a major flood stage, and that should be happening. That is forecasted kind of down the road here. So maybe the next, it's really hard to say because I don't think the forecast has been updated in a while. But in the next few hours, as this torrent of water pushes to the east in the river basin, from the over 10 inches of rain that has fallen. An incredible amount of rain. A very scary amount of rain for this region. And going back to Menard, you can see so the blue is the observed, the purple is the forecast, and we are already observing the torrent of water come through the region. Very, very scary. That's why we're currently doing the emergency live stream, so we can answer questions, get the word out, because of course time is of the essence for things like this. Candace with the question, is that website with from NOAA, National Weather Service, or something else? So it is with the National Weather Service and NOAA. If you look up water.noaa.gov, you can find the exact same website we're currently on as well. So yeah, it's publicly information if you want to look at your local streams. There are a few streams like the Trinity River at Dallas expected to reach, I believe that is moderate, and that's minor flood stage. So you can see that river is also experiencing some flash flooding. I believe that that's more like just flooding in general, not flash flooding, as it's gradually rising pretty rapidly, I'd say. I got a report that several storms are rotating near Dallas. We'll take a look at that as well. We'll bring up our storm relative velocity on the right side of your screen. Not really seeing anything that catches my eye. Maybe down south a little bit. Of course. Oh, maybe this one right here, actually. Towards the radar, counterclockwise. Might have a little bit of a circulation here. So we'll keep an eye. I'll let you guys know if there is a tornado warning or not. But right now we are mainly covering the flash flood emergency that is going on in Menard County, Texas. That is the highest level of flash flooding. You need to seek higher ground immediately as well. Midland, Texas, I believe you're getting a dust storm, or at least you just did. Otherwise, you're kind of focused on the line behind you, which is pretty weak in general. You actually can, look at that, you can see the exact region where our dust storm is sitting. You can look at radar right here. So watch out for a dust storm right in this kind of section. Please do not spam chat, you will be muted. It's really not that crazy in here, so. We are focusing on Texas right now. That's where the highest impact weather is. And also the emergency alerts I am mostly worried about right now is flash flooding. We do have an isolated risk for, severe weather. That is still ongoing. And kind of a bad update here is we have rain yet again happening in our flash flood emergency county. So this county right here, I was mostly worried about flash flooding because the flash flood emergency. Now we're having additional rain. Let's put this in motion if it will move as well. Waco is also in the flash flood watch region, so flash flooding is possible later tonight. Stay weather aware there as well. All right, let me see if I can get any more updates out here. 25, okay. Sorry guys for the quick pause. I'm just taking a look, and I might get more updates out as well. Okay, I might record an update quickly. Again, if you guys are currently in a flash flood zone, please act immediately, especially if you're in that flash flood emergency or in a considerable threat. We have multiple counties that I am very concerned in for Texas. Flash flood emergencies are no joke. And we have the San Saba River rapidly rising. We'll head back down to there. See if we have any new updates. Currently sitting at 13.52 feet, projected to be at 19.9 feet by this evening. So a rapid rise of the river. Looking a little bit more downstream. Current forecasts are projecting going from current one is 3 feet, projected to be at 30 feet. An extreme amount of rain, extreme amount of water to rush through the region as well. I mean, even when we look at these numbers, I believe that's cubic feet per second. So right now it's sitting at 0.078 cubic. I believe that's cubic feet per second. And then looking at what is projected, 29 cubic feet. So just doing some kind of background math on that. I mean, that's like 50 times increase of. You think about, you got 10 times increase of height for the actual stream bed, but think of it, the stream bed, it gets a lot larger the higher you go. So we're talking about an extreme amount of water rushing through this region, an extreme amount of water rise within this region as well. And looks like new forecast still holding on to that current forecast of, we'll zoom it in a little bit more, of 30 point, I believe that's 30.2 feet, just underneath that major flood stage as well. We're currently live on all platforms, TikTok and YouTube, our core platforms, of course. I will take a quick pause to answer any questions. Let's look at weather for Texas. Let me answer some questions, and then I'm going to just do a quick voiceover of another video so we can get the word out that the riverbed is going to be rising. For Weatherford, I don't think there's any ongoing alerts you have to be worried about. There is an isolated tornado risk for your region. Stay weather aware in there. For Farmersville, let me look. Farmersville, Texas. Also, you're underneath a flash flood watch, which means conditions are possible to see flash flooding within the next few hours. You're also in that isolated severe thunderstorm region as well. So not anything you need to take immediate action on, just something to be weather aware on throughout your evening as well. So that's the current update as well. We'll see if I'm going to pull this up here. Okay. Of course, Sarah, stay safe out there, guys. An isolated tornado risk, of course. I wouldn't be my main concern, but of course, could always be dangerous. And a quick isolated tornado is always something to keep in mind for this setup right now. Let's go back to the live radar. That blue county I've highlighted there is our flash flood emergency. The good news is I'm seeing some flash flood warnings starting to get canceled for our regions. Down to the south, seems like we're having a little bit of alleviation. I believe flood warnings are still ongoing, so there is a difference between flash flood warnings and flood warnings. Flood warnings are more of a longer term impact event, flash flooding or flooding is going to be going on later. The flash flood warning means there is a rapid rise in water incoming your region. Take action now. Both require action. Flash flood warnings are more of a rapid rise in water as well. Okay, just I had to add a little. I'm seeing. Okay, cool. Oh, so we just got an entire refresh there. Keep the questions coming, guys. If you are just joining us, we are currently watching a flash flood emergency, a rapid rise in water coming to Texas. Coming to Texas. Just getting a little bit more alerts out, keeping an eye on any questions as well. I'm very, very concerned about this. Okay. Keeping an eye on everything. All right. I'm gonna go. Okay, I just had to put the crumb on the pie. I'm gonna go. Okay, but never mind. Okay, I got one of my roommates to do it. Appreciate that. So yes, we are currently looking out for all these regions. It looks like our radar crashed, so we'll bring that back up. And let's go a little bit more east here. Continue to monitor the situation for our severe weather outlook. You can see a large increase of convection in front of our line here now. All these have the potential, an isolated potential of producing a tornado. So yeah, multitasking king. Yeah, I'm trying my best. So all these regions have a chance of seeing a tornado. Our most ongoing emergency right now is our flash flood emergency, sitting back here towards Brady and the San Saba River, basically east of Menard. Let's see if we can pause our radar quickly and get maybe a little bit of a better look of the river basin. Maybe we'll pull up a Google Maps real quick. What do you guys think? Take a look at the geography. Let's talk about how this is going. I'm in Waco, Texas. Yep, we're expecting to see some isolated severe weather there, as well as possibly flooding. So stay weather aware in that region. Menard. Sure, it's right in front of me. Oh yeah, there it is. So here is the region that is currently underneath our flash flood emergency, and here's actually the river. I believe that's the river we were watching. This one we're talking about, the San Saba River, that is forecasted to grow in height, an extreme amount of height, over 30 feet. We're currently sitting at 3 feet. So if we follow this, there's kind of river basin here, and I've already lost it, but I think right here, this is fun, isn't it? Following the river. Following it more down to here. So I'm trying to see more kind of towns down the line here. There's a ranch house down here. Should be watching. Yeah, here's the San Saba River. So this is the river if you guys are just joining us. Might be like, what is going on right now? This river is experiencing a major flash flood. So we're kind of working our way down the stream. Here's Route 87 is going to be probably underneath water from this stream here. So depending on how high that is, I guess we can take a little look here, right? Yeah, I think that might be underneath water. So that's how crazy we're talking about this. So looking at this river, this is a river that's probably in this shot is right where it's sitting at right now, about 3 feet in depth. Current forecast is like 30 feet. So add 30 feet to that and have that going down the river. That is what we're talking about right now. The San Saba River. I'll put it on screen. Oh, maybe I'll show up here. I'll put it on screen right here. So you can have a location. Here is the current forecast, 30 feet. Heading eastward, of course, it's going to propagate downstream as well. So we're going to keep following it down. Here's 71 and 214. Also could see impacts. You see even our flood warning is popping up on Google Maps. Lots of snaky river here. Continuing to follow it down. Looks like it does merge with another river down here. The good news, I don't see any immediate communities just yet. Wouldn't be surprised. There is a farm locally there. This is like, we're going to be leading the ocean. Okay, now we're getting to we're getting to Highway 190. This is another kind of bridge I'd be worried about possibly seeing direct flooding impacts. And, yeah. So, here's the actual river. And that would not be surprised to see this this road be impacted by the flash flooding. So that's what we're talking about. Multiple regions, especially any communities nearby. Here we go. Here's a community I'd be worried about if this really gets out of its banks, especially right around here. This is San Saba. So this is where I'm actually very worried. The San Saba River, let's just put this in perspective here, because this is where it's projected to be 30 feet. We'll go right here. So like looking at it right now, it kind of looks like pretty normal height-wise. I expect that to be 30 feet in height, an extreme amount of height gained with this flash flooding event, and that is going to come very rapidly. Unfortunately, let's see if we can get anywhere close. Maybe we can pull. Oh, here's a bridge that's pretty close to town, and a very concerning kind of look for San Saba. So here's the actual river. Yeah, I mean it looks pretty low. Put an additional 27 feet on that, guys, and that's what we're currently projecting for flash flooding. And an extreme amount of flash flooding coming towards San Saba, Texas, and also current underneath the flash flooding warnings, Menard County. As the rain has fallen in Menard County, the rain is now going to be funneling down into this river and just rushing straight to the east towards many of these communities and roadways in the way. Okay, let me get a quick voiceover at. Put your questions down in chat. Just literally give me 1 minute. You guys can hear it. It's like a little insight into the video I'll be posting here just in a few moments. Yeah, so yeah, quick. Make sure you guys hydrate too. Pretty crazy event going on here. So I was worried just generally looking at the models earlier. But now it's unfortunately really come to fruition with 10 inches of rain falling in just a few hours. All right. If you are anywhere near San Saba River in Texas, it is forecasted to rise by 10 times. Currently sitting at 3 feet, it is forecasted to reach 30.2 feet. That is because a huge flash flooding event has happened upstream of that. Over 10 inches of rainfall has rained in Menard County. So all that rain that has now saturated the ground and now the ground is acting like concrete is running off into the river valley bed and is going eastward, propagating down. Here's a little bit more of a look at our kind of radar. Oh no, what happened to the zoom on that? That like really broke. Okay, hold up. I had to do a quick little edit. I didn't realize. Oops. I didn't realize the edit really got broken. 1 second, guys. Let me see if I can answer questions while nor'easter New Jersey next week showed precip, but now it doesn't say a chance. So Justin, if you're seeing anyone saying about a nor'easter, the models have really been jumping all over the place. If anyone's giving you, like, I've seen snowfall forecasts for next week, so terrible. They are basically garbage. So be wary about that. It is a lot of people are posting just not good stuff. Like, it's just, not good quality. So be careful. On my immediate radar, not seeing anything like a guaranteed nor'easter threat. So follow for more updates. I'll definitely post if something becomes more certain. But yeah, unfortunately, feel like crap. No medicine working. Oh no, I hope you get better soon, Tufts. All right, let me finish this voiceover real quick, guys. I just had to fix it. Now, this is the rainfall map that is showing you where all this water is coming from. Widespread regions that reached over 7 inches of rain, and isolated regions that reached 10 inches of rain or even more, especially in Menard. That's right next to the river valley bed, and you can see the past radar, an extreme amount of rain. That rain that was falling about 3 to 4 inches per hour stalled there for a few hours, and that is why we are seeing this extreme event. What to do during this flash flood warning? Do not drive through flooded roadways. Seek higher ground if you live in lower areas, and keep up to date on new developments. Okay, thank you guys for staying with me through that. Just had to get a quick voiceover as well so we could get that emergency. I mean, this is a huge river rise that is now forecasted for San Saba. Just keeping an eye if we get any ground truth. Keeping an eye on the actual gauges. So we have a few gauges along this river. Now we're at 13.52 feet. So we keep inching up and up and up as well. Let me see if we got any. And here's a report, by the way, from someone in Brady, Texas. This is from extreme amounts of flash flooding in their region. And this is, just think of that. That's just so local. Think of that being widespread, and now all that water is flowing towards the river valley. And that is why we are so concerned as well. An extreme amount of concern as a flash flood emergency is ongoing in Menard, Texas. Pull up the live radar, continue to monitor the situation as we push the storm eastward out of the region, which is some good news. We do have a isolated severe weather risk for Texas. This includes the Dallas-Fort Worth region, Waco, Austin, down even into San Antonio. Or keep an eye on anything that rotates. There has been a few cells that have been a little suspicious, so I'll let you know if there is any tornado warnings issued. Right now, nothing that is really piquing my interest. The main core reason we are currently live is because of that flash flood emergency that is ongoing. I am just very, very concerned about that situation as well. Let me answer any of your guys' questions. Let me know what you're thinking. Payne, that website we were just on, if you go to, if you look up NOAA water, that's it'll bring you right to it, or that'll be NOAA water. It will bring you right to the website. I'll show you the live river gauges, as well as the warnings in the local region, as well as the forecasted as well. So the different software I'm currently on is a radar. So this is Radar Scope, and we do have our first severe thunderstorm warning with our active tornado possible tag. So wow, this storm is becoming tricky to forecast as we're dealing with a flash flood emergency. I think that tornado warning actually will be issued here soon. Look at that, pretty strong rotation. I don't know why we have no reflectivity on the left side on the screen. That's odd. We'll go to a southern radar. Okay, there we go, a little bit better. A little bit of a hook on here. So this is for Brunette, Texas. If you're in Brunette, Texas, Briggs, Texas, seek shelter now. 1 inch hail, 60 mile per hour winds, and a tornado possible tag. You actually can see that hook visible on our reflective. So we're doing two different things right now. We're talking about the ongoing flash flood emergency in Texas, and now we do have a severe thunderstorm risk that is materializing in Texas. A very active time period as well. A flash flood emergency is ongoing in Texas. Seek higher ground immediately. Okay, I'm just writing a quick caption. Over 10 inches of rain has fallen within the region of Menard County and surrounding counties. This has led to a huge surge of water that is going down the San Saba River. Stay up to date with local officials and seek higher ground immediately. Okay. Thank you guys for bearing with me. This is the type of scenario that happens when you have a one-person team. And we're continuing to monitor all these situations across Texas as well. So the flash flood emergency is still ongoing for the next 44 minutes. So we'll probably hang on for just a little bit longer, just so we have everyone alerted as well. Texas floods. Okay, flash flood emergency. See if there's any alert. San Saba River. Okay, cool. Houston. Got a question for Houston. You actually might see some rain from the storm system very late tonight. I believe. Let's pull up the risk map for categorical here. Yeah, you're just outside the marginal risk. So our severe weather risk actually stretches all the way through this kind of entire region right here. A little bit of an odd-shaped severe weather risk. I'd say the kind of corridor where I'm most concerned is kind of right in this region on the east side as well. Okay, there we go. Just getting one more post out. Do appreciate you guys bearing with me. I do want to be here to answer your guys' questions, so keep them coming. For Hillsborough. Let me see, Hillsborough. Is that Texas, right? Yeah, okay. I assume it's Texas. For Hillsborough, you are currently kind of in that severe weather zone that I'm a little bit worried about. Any isolated severe weather cells that happen, as well keeping an eye out for any tornado warnings that happen. So stay weather aware, and you're additionally in a flash flood watch. So conditions could be conducive for isolated flash flooding as well. So Lost in Candyland, kind of an active weather period for you. I wouldn't say the highest level of severe weather, but the flash flooding one, definitely be weather aware. Do not drive through flooded roadways if you're experiencing any. You want to be safe, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening here. I guess we're getting the evening. I guess not evening, not yet in Texas. But yeah, it's an active period. A lot going on. Mainly wanted to hop on because that river rise is really concerning, right? Going from that 3 feet to 30 feet. That's where things could get very deadly if we don't have people evacuate from the region. Luckily, it seems we have a little bit of lead time on here. Sitting at 13.52 feet now for our region in Menard. But still forecasting that major flood stage at 30.2 feet in San Saba. That is the main reason I think this is happening is because we have multiple feeder, of course, rivers and valleys that are going to come right into this region here and cause some major issues. This river, which we have up on our map here, Google Maps, here it is. This is the town of San Saba. And actually, I believe we're in Menard right now. No, we're in San Saba. So you can see the river is pretty low, right? But if you add 30 feet to it, well, then it's way out of its banks. It is a huge problem, right? That is making me the most concerned for anyone who is nearby, especially for regions that are like within the river valley. I mean, we're talking about this bridge here could be underneath water, depending on where we are here. And there's homes there's a home right here, right next to the river. So hopefully they are weather aware. See if we can spot it. This feels a little weird, but I swear I'm not like peeking on someone's home. So I think the river is literally right back here. It's a bit hard to tell how deep it is compared to where we're at, but of course 30 feet on top of the current level, it is significant. It is huge compared to being those. Yeah, I know this feels a little weird. It's just like we like knock on their door, ask for some, like tell them get out, there's a flash flood warning, there's this flash flood warning coming on. Maybe you think they know about the flash flood warning? Hopefully they do. I gotta say, this is a lovely home, though. I gotta say, imagine like someone on TikTok was like living in this house and like they saw us just outside their house. That'd be insane. I swear I'm not stalking you. You're just in a flash flood warning, and you should be seeking higher ground if you have the means to do so. Somewhere, thank you. Somewhere down in Texas, for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome to the Rainy Day Weather family. Welcome everyone else who's joined and followed throughout this event here. No, it's a very localized event, but I did want to hop on because I think it is very important to get this very important emergency alert out We're talking about at least thousands of people in the way of a torrent of water coming down. Hey, the TikTok algorithm does crazy things. You never know if we might get the person who lives here on TikTok. All right, should we do some other stalking? So there's also another road. It doesn't look like it have any houses on it, at least at the time of the satellite imagery. And it looks like the Google car gave up. So I guess we won't be going out there. Oh, it's because it's locked. Oh, wait, that's actually the Lower River Authority. So that's interesting. That's the Lower Colorado River Authority region. What are they doing back here? And now I'm being nosy. Well, locations are safe to evacuate if they're experiencing flooding. I definitely seek ones that are... The higher ground is really the name of the game. Of course, locals will have a better idea of where exact higher ground is. And definitely listen to local officials. The one thing I have to say is this isn't the first time this region has experienced flash flooding. So there are definitely policies in place to get alerts out. Like the push alerts have gone on as well. So got a question from YouTube. Where in Texas? I have some family on the coast down there. So luckily this is not a coastal event. Right now in Menard County, Texas, an ongoing flash flood emergency in the region and surrounding counties. So we actually have a river that is currently forecasted is sitting at 3 feet. That's the level that the water is sitting at. Forecasted to go up to 30 feet. Cool Cats with a comment, having a flashback of Camp Mystic flooding in Texas earlier this year. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of good things are compared to that event. Number one, we were doing the daytime, so hopefully people are able to get their warnings a little bit better. Number two, but this was also in place for Mystic. Flash flood watches have been out for the past 24 hours, so you hope that people have heeded the warnings. Unfortunately, this has been a little bit more than the HER model and the models we had, the convective models. Convective models were shooting around 7 inches of rain. We did get about 10 inches of rain. A little bit more. Now, I think it was probably in the realms of possibility to say, the official forecast I put out was 7+ inches of rain. And we have achieved, unfortunately, that in Menard County with an ongoing flash flood emergency. So you can see the text right here. I know it's a lot of reading and no one likes reading, but you see that's a flash flood emergency, particularly dangerous situation. Seek higher ground now. The hazard is life-threatening flash flooding. And it's just, that's a pretty easy way to put it. You do not act, and if you are in the way of this flash flood, it will be deadly. You can see our also forecasts for the San Saba River at San Saba, Texas. Menard, Texas is flooding. San Saba River just drove through it. Thank you. See, we got ground truth. Thank you, user. A bunch of numbers. If you have any videos and would like to submit, of course, keep yourself safe. But you can join our Discord. Link is down below, or you can just let me know. You can DM me. I like to get that information out so others can see around the state and, of course, around the country of what exactly is going on. Gabriel asked how my exams went. They actually went pretty well. Just finished my last one this afternoon. Someone said, my husband is on the task force. He has been deployed and head down there now. Well, that is great that your husband's doing that. I appreciate the work he does. I know it's going to be a challenging kind of evening, but hopefully things can taper down. Hopefully people are listening to the warnings down there. That's why we're live right now, getting the warnings out. Seems like the algorithm is doing its thing, bringing us people who are in the zone. And the good news I have is the actual rain showers are pushing eastward. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning I do want to go over here for Killeen and Brunette County, Texas. This super cell is coming towards you guys for Killeen. Going to be 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. That's coming pretty soon to you guys, so keep in mind that. Of course, the main event that I'm keeping an eye on is the flash flood emergency ongoing in Menard County, Texas. Keep those questions coming, guys. We've been live for about an hour. The good news is, I mean, the rain stopped, right? Of course, that's the biggest problem. The bad news is this rain is going to be forming basically a tidal wave coming down the San Saba River that is going to rapidly rise. It's not going to be all at one time, but I mean, we've seen this rapidly rise even throughout the stream, about 2 feet, over about 30-ish minutes. So the biggest one I'm really worried about is, this forecast here. We'll see if that changes. We'll see if it gets updated at all. But of course, you go from 3 feet to 30 feet, reaching almost major flood stage. That is extremely concerning for San Saba. Don't get confused. This is San Saba, Texas, at San Saba River. So it's The river and the town, the same name, located together. Killeen, Texas is currently underneath a severe thunderstorm warning. You don't want to be outside for that. Large hail on the way. So, Preston, if you have anything outside, like truck, car, whatever, anything you want to protect from hail, you have a very, very small window to do it. As we look at this storm right now, you do have a little bit of a hail core on here. I have 1-inch hail coming into that region. That is going to be around golf ball size hail heading towards you guys. This is heading northeast. Okay, keep the questions coming, guys. We'll be live for a little bit longer. I just wanted to get this initial stream out so we could get the word out. Okay, cool. Just got all the alerts out. I'm glad I was watching that, and I'm glad we got that alert out as well. Of course, this is hard to watch when you see and a forecast like that. It makes me extremely worried. There's some things that make me a little bit worried down inside when you see a river go from 3 feet to 30 feet in just a few hours. It is extremely concerning. Extremely concerning. That's why we're live right now. Answering your guys' questions. We'll continue to go through here as well for Smith County, Texas. So going over to Smith County, Texas, you guys are underneath a slight risk today. That's a 1 out of 5 for severe weather associated with this line pushing through your region. You're just outside of the actual flash flooding risk, so I wouldn't be too concerned about that one. Isolated tornadoes, large hail are your core risks for this evening if you're going out anywhere as well. Got a question for Marble Falls. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the stocking portion of the stream where we were looking at the river. Oh, that was just Marble Falls, Texas. For Marble Falls, we'll zoom out a bit. Keep an eye on local officials. Looks like you guys are probably right in the thunderstorm just west of Austin. Yeah, it looks like you guys are just inside the kind of rain there. Yeah, actually, right here. So, squall is about to come through your region. You are underneath a flash flood watch. And you have to keep an eye out for any isolated flash flooding in your region. Flash flooding through your roadways or near your streams. Tornadoes are always a risk. Not every day. But you got that isolated tornado risk. Of course, Jason, hope you have a great rest of your day. Dallas, the kind of surrounding region. The main portion is coming right now through the Dallas-Fort Worth region. You can see our line is pushing eastward. Isolated tornado risk on that one. Large hail as well. Right now, no alerts ongoing. Hopefully it stays that way. But I think the biggest problem, child, is look at these. You see this little cell? Like, what is that guy doing? Like, you see, like you have the family gathering over here. And then you have the teen who's just hiding in their room away from the family gathering at Thanksgiving. This teen is the biggest concern because look at that. A teen has a little small hook right there. And if you look at the rotation, little bit of broad rotation. But if the supercells, which are, things that are out ahead of everyone, they get mature enough, that's when they can start tapping into that overall spin in the atmosphere. And that's what we'd be concerned about. We'll keep an eye on that as well. But main concern, I'd say, for the Dallas-Fort Worth region would be isolated flooding, unless something pops off here. Appreciate the questions, guys. Good questions. Do we have any more questions? If you guys have been enjoying the stream, enjoying the update, if you mind giving the stream a like and a follow. We do have these emergency live streams for high impact events, and I do. The reason we went live here was because that is a high impact event. A flash flood emergency. We have on ground truth flash flooding. We have multiple people reporting flash flooding. This was a report from Brady, Texas, and that is why we want to get the word out for everyone in the line of fire. And hopefully we helped out some people get some information out there as well. I don't know what that is. Okay, apparently you can favorite radars. I don't know what that is either. All right, let's see if there's any more questions, guys. We might start to wrap up the stream. The actual event is still ongoing, but I just wanted to get the initial word out. Now that I have post out, now the word is starting to get out, I think we will start to wrap it up. So if you have any last minute questions, if you mind giving a follow and last little time to share or ask your question, let me know. But the San Saba River is really my main concern. Keep an eye on those updates. I mean, you just see how far we've shot up just in the past hour, going from about 3 feet per second all the way shooting up to 13.52. Oh, yeah, that's not feet per second. That is height. That's 3 feet in height over 13.52 height. I think it'll be bad. Just get it bad for Austin area later. I think, yes, you'll get some isolated thunderstorms as well. I don't think it'll get as bad as this flash flooding, though. Severe weather threat exists through entire portions, of central Texas. Basically all of Oklahoma minus the Panhandle and the western portions of Arkansas. Main risk for your region, I'd say. Here's your tornado risk. So tornado risk is actually pretty prevalent across that area. And then hail. And then finally wind. Nothing high end, but, keep an eye on that as well. Let me see. Last little thing I wanted to show. I don't know if I can get this, but excessive rain. Oh yeah, here's the last little bit for excessive rain. Anywhere within these boxes could see some significant flooding. Here's your kind of marginal risk within the green, and then your slight risk within the yellow kind of oval. And then your highest level, which has been experiencing our really bad flooding right now, is moderate in that red. As well. Someone said they're cooked. Okay. Well, I appreciate you guys being here. I think we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you guys for tuning in. No immediate severe weather on the horizon that I see, like significant severe weather that I'll be live for. Stay safe out there, especially if you're ongoing in those flash flood warnings. And if you're in Texas, severe weather threat and flash flooding threat still ongoing. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Stay safe, and I'll see you at the next one.